Hello, everybody. Welcome to 1554 Wired.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Everybody.
I didn't know how I was going. You just
Everybody. Homestyle. Okay, so over here we have Mr.
Mikey.
Blosh.
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 Last name.
Who are you, sir?
Oh, we're going.
Well, you spoke, so I was assuming you wanted to go.
I am John Cannon.
I am. That was a guest appearance by Mikey's butt. That was a fart. My name is Daniel Santiago. This is the most mature podcast we've ever done. Homestar Runner Farting. I'm Daniel Santiago.
And I'm Corey.
So today is Halloween. How about that?
Happy Halloween.
Decemberween.
No, that's Christmas. Boom.
I'm just trying to insert as many Homestar references as I can.
So, did you guys see any funny costumes on campus today? I saw a couple. Like, well,
What?
you saw Swamp Thing?
Yeah, like
What
this
was that?
dude, you know, like that hunting thing, they have the all camo. He had that, and then he had like fake moss all over that, so he just looked.
So
he was wearing like a ghillie suit.
So he was like Soap McTavish from Modern Warfare. When they were like, yeah, the ghillie suits.
Yes, the ghillie suit. Okay.
But it was more,
What
you
did you
saw
say his
more
last
moss
name
or
was?
whatever.
McTavish.
McTarvish. Okay.
Oh, there's an R in there?
Yeah.
I thought
I thought you
What?
said. I thought
no,
you.
I thought it was McTavish.
Oh.
It is McTavish,
Okay.
isn't it?
I thought you said McTowel. So.
No, no, because
I thought you
I
were
always
I thought you were like, oh yeah, just like Soap McTowel. What are you talking about?
Soap McTowel.
Yeah,
That'd be the worst
Tavish.
thing. Oh, because
I don't know who Soap
I
McTowel.
I always mistakenly say Travish. Like I think there's an R in there that there isn't. Okay, it is Tavish, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why I
I'll
was
check.
like, what do you wait? No, it's McTavish.
So what other costumes did you guys see on campus?
Gorilla
I just-
on a bike. Sorry.
You saw a gorilla on a bike? I think that guy was in my class.
Yeah, oh, he was?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you mean
because,
you think?
Because
We're-
okay. So I walk into
We're the
class.
different species.
I walk into class and there's a guy in a full body like gorilla suit, right?
Okay.
Probably
and so-
was him.
He like before class starts. I mean, he takes off the head because the eye holes are like yay big, like you can't see much out of him. And you know he wants to like pay attention in class.
Probably the teachers
So-
don't like that either.
They don't care. They're
They
college.
don't,
They
yeah,
don't give a
I
shit.
would have kept the head on just so I could sleep.
Dude, that's terrible. But yeah, so apparently he had put the suit on and rode his bike like up the freeway to get to campus. So that's why I'm saying it might have been that guy. But basically,
like all his hairs were.
so I don't
Fake
know.
hair?
But basically he was in a full body gorilla suit. It's about I want to say 60 degrees. I don't know why. I
No,
said
it
that.
was not 60 degrees today.
It wasn't very cold.
It didn't
was
break.
not
It
very-
didn't break 60 today.
So 70 then.
No, it didn't break
Yeah, it
60.
did.
Yeah, it did. Are you kidding me?
It was hot.
I was
Dude, it was
outside.
like
I was outside
75
like
earlier
okay.
today.
So was
in
I.
Colleyville. Okay, in Colleyville, it never
Okay,
broke
in Denton,
56.
I
This
brought
is Denton,
I brought a
man.
jacket because I thought it was gonna be cold. Didn't need it the whole day. Okay, but the point is, so the guy rides his bike. I don't know how far it is, but you know, riding your bike anywhere for a long period of time in a full body gorilla suit.
Oh, yeah.
must be a little bit uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
he takes the mask off, and he's just sweating profusely. Like it's like when you go to the like gym or like in one of those stereotypical basketball commercials when you have like the middle-aged dad who has the gut and he hasn't exercised in years but he's playing basketball against his son and he's just like pouring sweat and his hair's like all nasty and shit. Like that's what that guy looked like.
That's sad.
So it was pretty like he took off the suit and I turned around and I was like, "Whoa, good." That's nasty.
Yeah.
It was a good costume.
It probably wasn't worth it at that point.
What
Yeah, for me it was like
What temperature was it when you woke up today?
it was like maybe 65.
When I was driving to work today, it was 45.
Yeah, dude, not in Denton it was way hotter. Like
Okay, dude, I drove. What
not
time?
even
What
cold.
time did you go outside though?
like maybe
Because I was on the road at 6:30.
9:30. Okay.
Okay, see, at 6:30 it was 45.
Yeah, like I looked at the weather. There was like a 30-degree temperature switch. Like last
Yeah.
night it was like 40, and then this morning it was like 70.
yeah.
So,
I hate Texas weather.
so any
It's
other,
like impossible to prepare for.
no.
yeah.
So any other costumes you guys saw?
I saw a slutty Big Bird.
What?
Huh?
Yeah,
Was she tall?
exactly. No.
She only had like yellow feathers.
So she was
around
like
her goodies.
slutty medium bird.
Okay, it's just.
There's
a
like
picture. It
3
had,
feathers. Bloop. It
no,
has
no.
like the maple leaf thing going on, but with feathers.
Yeah.
No.
It
It
looks
had,
like a weed plant.
She had like the Big Bird legs, except they were like tights, and then the Big Bird feet. But she was wearing like suspenders and
That
like a
covered-
yellow
like, covered
bra,
her-
like red
oh.
suspenders and a yellow bra, and she had like feathers in her hair.
Was there
like,
any shirt like or just
No,
Then
it
how's
was.
that
It was
Big
just.
Bird?
It was
just
just like
suspenders with a bra and that's it?
Yes, slutty Big Bird. What, I mean, what part of that are you misunderstanding?
No, I'm just trying to say like why would you wear that to campus?
No, I
No,
saw
why
that.
would
I saw
she
that
do
on
to Big
Reddit.
Bird?
Okay. So
Yeah,
you're talking.
I wasn't on campus today.
Okay, see,
That's what he was talking
I was
about.
thinking about like because you know we were on campus. I was thinking about
No,
people
well,
who were
still.
dressing up for on campus
Yeah.
stuff. But okay, so you images. You just seen costumes. Basically.
Yeah, well, everyone is posting like on Reddit. reddit.com/r/pics. Everyone is posting, which is the subreddit for just every picture on Reddit.
Why is it
Defaults to
sub
that.
R? Is it because they're bad pictures? They're not PG-13.
No, well,
pictures,
there's
they're R
like there's
pictures? I'm just wondering. What is it? You're talking about Slutty Big Bird. I don't mean just. What?
you're dumb.
Go on.
Either way, so everyone was posting pictures of their creative costumes. I saw there was this one guy that posted a picture of his daughter who was like 6, and she said she wanted to be a princess and Darth Vader. So she was like she was like wearing like a pink Darth Vader suit with a pink Darth Vader hat, but it had like frillies on it. It was literally half princess and half Darth Vader.
Wow.
Did they make?
And people kept posting these pictures of different characters that were driving like sports cars. The first guy posted like a stormtrooper in a Ferrari, and he's like, and the next guy was like stormtrooper in a Ferrari. How about Batman in a Porsche? And it was Batman in a Porsche. And the last one was Darth Vader driving a Bullet. But you don't know what car that is. But
Yeah, I don't. What
It's-
brand is it?
I don't know.
Is it Bullet brand?
It's Bullet brand.
It's bulletproof.
Or no. It
This is
was
the
it wasn't
Bullet
a
40
Bullet.
caliber.
It was an Atom. Is the car? It's an Atom.
Okay.
ATOM, like atomic.
Okay.
Yeah, there were some pretty good ones on there, and some pretty terrible ones. There was a guy in like a homemade. The homemade ones are the most impressive. But there was a guy in a homemade Rorschach costume, and it looked awesome. I wanted to steal it
Rorschach.
from
Oh,
Watchmen.
yeah.
If we were obviously none of us dressed up, but Mikey, if you dressed up, what would you be? What would you want to dress up as this year?
Green Lantern.
Daniel.
Speaking of that, I saw a guy with a Green Lantern shirt and a Green Lantern like fitted cap walking
Yeah,
past me. I was
yeah.
like, dude, you don't have to beat me over the head with it. I get it.
Yeah, I walked by
Just
him
like-
twice today.
So you like the Flash?
What?
Is what you should have said.
Other
It's
guy.
a different superhero.
Yeah, but I don't get it.
You should have said
Because
that
he was
second
wearing
one.
Green
Okay,
Lantern and everything.
okay.
It's like a guy
Um,
wearing a guy dressed up as Superman.
So you like?
All right, so Bruce Wayne, how you doing?
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Um,
trolling like that.
Okay.
What would you have been?
I don't know. I kind of have this thing against dressing up because I don't like.
Yep.
Okay.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
I don't like the
Fun.
costumes that require like face paint because.
What about
like,
masks?
like there's something about.
Yeah.
There's
Put a
something
green
about
mask.
like that. Like I mean, I don't. Masks aren't bad.
But what would you want to go as?
I don't really know. I mean,
Darth Vader.
you can either go like this, like
Power Rangers.
like when I think of Halloween, I think of people like the kids dressing up as cute little dudes, and everyone else should be dressed up as like scary dudes
Awesome.
because that's what Halloween.
Not all-
Halloween's supposed to be scary stuff.
Not
I guess. I mean-
necessarily.
I mean,
I like it more to dress up as like
I
someone
guess.
cool.
I guess,
But like when it
I,
when
don't
it
know.
comes
I
to
really don't know. Like I thought about like a long time ago. I thought about doing a one of the Homestar Runner characters because like you know they
Coach
have like the
C, Coach
slides.
C, Coach C. You should be Coach C.
Okay, but they have like a lot of slides of like the people that they show like on the Homestar Runner website. I want to like submit a picture for that, but I don't know.
Yeah. When it comes to Halloween, I either like if I dress up, I either wear something really, really, really sarcastic, like on The Office when Jim Halpert writes book on his face because he's Facebook.
That was funny.
Yeah, like something like that, or
Or
you
you
just
do the
go,
three-hole
or you
punch
just
thing.
or the 3-hole punch, or you just go all out. So, what would you be?
See, I probably wouldn't go all out. I'd do something like super minimalistic.
Like the only
Like,
thing,
I mean-
like the shittiest costume you can do, or like the literally like the crappiest thing you can do is like halfway do a costume, to where it's not good and it's not purposely bad. That just mediocrity on Halloween is the worst.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I'm definitely not one of those people that goes all out. And like, I think it's easier for girls because they can just wear whatever the
Well,
hell
they take out-
slutty-
they take
can
out
take the
their-
sluttiest thing they want and just put like a boat, like one of those.
Well,
Like,
technically-
things with rap-
slutty
But it's-
things though.
But oh, no, I'm saying they can. They just wear whatever they want, slutty or whatever, and then just put a thing that has
But not
rabbit
all
ears on
girls
it,
are
and all of
like
a sudden
that.
you're in a costume.
But not
No, no,
all girls are like that.
I'm not. No.
Yeah,
and
no,
I'm
no,
So
no.
glad
it's actually
that I'm
harder for girls that
I'm-
are actually modest to find modest costumes.
No,
It's
I get
actually
that. I
harder.
get that, and I'm glad that all girls aren't like
Yeah.
that. I'm glad that happens. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
if you
I
want,
don't
if,
mind.
if you're really desperate, if you're really desperate, it's not hard to dress up as a girl because you just put on bunny ears or rabbit ears or that's the same thing. I meant to say cat ears, and just wear whatever you want. And just, like-
There's a trend this year with
but for guys, I
gir-
think it's harder.
There's a trend this year with girls' costumes. I saw on both on Facebook and on Reddit. I saw a lot of slutty Mario's and Luigi's, but for girls.
I haven't. I saw
Yeah.
one like that, but they weren't slutty. At least
No.
they were
The
like-
ones on Facebook, like the people that we're friends with on Facebook, they weren't slutty.
Right.
But I saw some that was the exact same costume, but with certain articles of clothing removed, so where it was like just the essentials to keep your
Yes.
the goodies covered. But what
Yeah.
would you be, Corey?
I don't know. I haven't dressed up in forever. I
But
think the
that
last
doesn't
person
matter.
I was.
Neither have I.
Was
I'm gonna
like
dress
Jason
up
or
as
something.
Napoli. Oh.
Yeah, dressed up as Snap.
Napoli.
No, I was
so
about to say,
cute,
dude,
though.
it should be Dirk.
Yeah, because he looks so much like Dirk.
No, just put a wig on. He'll be fine.
Dude, he looked like freaking Jessica Simpson. You guys have similar, you guys have the same mustache, dude.
Okay.
No, I think
3 or 4 hairs.
I don't.
I think I would go as V from V for Vendetta if I dressed up.
You see, I think mask is almost like cheating. It's just like
No, it's not.
But you
Like-
don't like face paint. You just want it to be your own face.
Superheroes do
Yeah,
that.
like-
I'm
there-
I'm Daniel wearing a hat.
No,
oh
th-
yeah.
No, there's a lot
that's
of things
cool.
that you can do that don't require covering up your face. I mean, I couldn't give you a list of 10
But
right now,
okay,
but
but
there
V,
are
it's
some.
not like you're wearing a mask. So it's not like you're wearing like a George Bush mask, so that you look like George Bush.
Yeah.
V wears a mask.
Okay,
so
but
if you
like,
dress up, that's,
like what he said, like Jason, that's the guy with the hockey mask, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but that's his character though. His character
Yeah.
is wearing a mask.
Yeah.
That's
Like
not
a
cheating.
Darth Vader thing.
We could
Then
dress up
that's
as
not
Death.
cheating.
And
Yeah.
Death has a mask. Like you can always dress up as the person that has a mask, but I'm saying that's still like
That's
even
not
if it is
cheating.
part
If
of
that's the character, if that's part of the
feels like
character,
it's
it's not
cheating.
cheating.
He's
No,
awesome.
no, it's
Like-
it's
I
Like-
had a big shoot. What's it called?
Sickle.
Butcher knife.
Sorry. Is that yeah,
Machete.
that's it. Yes, that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, I had that too, and I got blood on it. It was
Did,
awesome.
Wait,
did
was
it,
it
did it have
real
one of
or
those
was it
fake blood,
plastic?
like the plastic ones that have like the fake blood stuff
No, I
that
had to like
spurts
put it
up
on
in?
there myself.
Corey, you should dress up as a kid, the only kid on the planet who can flip his bike on flat ground. Wear a cape
Whatever.
and a cast.
Okay. Yeah.
What would you dress your kid up as?
My kid.
So would you dress?
I don't have a kid.
Jawa.
First of all,
No, theoretically, would you dress him up as something cute or something like badass?
Both.
Like
I'd probably try
I'd
to
probably
dress
get,
him
like,
up
a
as something that
skeleton suit or
he
something
doesn't
like that.
get, but a lot of other people would.
what?
Like, I don't want my kid dressing up as like the Lion King. That's kind of lame. And every other kid on the face of the earth
What?
does that. I also don't like
Wait.
those costumes that you buy in like
Everyone does
stores
Lion
that are like $12 and it's just like
seen
shitty cloth and you just
Like that
it's
Batman,
obviously
like,
just yeah.
like that Batman costume we
Yeah,
saw.
that we saw
We
at
saw
Walmart.
a Batman
That was so
costume at
terrible.
Walmart, but like on the chest, instead of having the Batman logo, it had the Bat logo like that's backlit on the Dark Knight like DVD case, and it put that on, and it covered like the entire chest, but it put that on like the Batman uniform, and that's never been on Batman's uniform.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything to say about Halloween costumes? Because like that's a good transition for the thing I want to talk about next.
All right, we're gonna transition into obvious segues. All right, let's go.
Okay. Speaking about Batman, let's talk about Arkham
Yes.
City.
Dude, that's
One-
that's
no,
like that's
okay,
the
okay.
background on my phone right now.
I looked up the
is
review.
Batman
I
from
looked
Arkham
up the
City.
review for or GameSpot. I trust their reviews a lot, and they gave it a 9, which is actually very, very good.
Yes, it is.
But I was looking at the gameplay footage as I was looking at the review,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one thing that really, really bothered me.
Which is what?
Do you remember when they went to the second Batman movie, which was I'm
Dark
totally
Knight?
blanking here. I don't know. Yeah, Dark Knight. One of the
Okay,
one of the
that's not the
conversations he
second
was having the guy.
Batman movie.
Out of the
Second
game.
of the
He means
recent
at the
ones.
new
The
series.
second-
Christopher
or
Nolan.
The
The
second,
second Christopher
okay, the
Nolan
second
one.
Nolan one.
Yes.
Okay, because I was thinking the second one with Michael Keaton. I was like, what? Why?
Dude,
do you
I
have
wasn't
that
even
for
alive when that was made.
Yes, you were.
Okay, whatever. Shut up, you bitch.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
okay, but one thing that bothered me is like one of the scenes in there is where he's talking to the guy and he's like, I kind of like to be able to move my head and not my shoulders at the same time. So then he gives them the one where he's like, well, now that they're separated, you'll have
Right.
better movement, but you're vulnerable to bullets and shit. So but still, it's a better look for him.
And
you know?
hidden blades.
Not having the little the shoulder head
Yeah.
thing. But in the game, he has the shoulder and head thing, and it really bothers me
That's
because not only does it not look cool, but in a practical sense, he's like, "Hey, you."
You're probably
Hey,
like
you.
the
No, hold on,
only
hold on.
person
Every
that
game
would
is
say
like that, though. Every game is like that.
Spider-Man doesn't have his neck and his shoulders
No,
connected to each other. He can
No, but
actually
in a
do
game,
this.
they move their whole body. Like when you're playing Assassin's Creed and you look right, he moves his whole body right. He didn't just move his head.
Okay, but
Plus,
just
that's
it still
how
looks.
it
It
was
doesn't
in the
look as
comics
good.
since the
It's-
beginning of time.
I know, but it doesn't look as good.
But that's no different than any
like
other
you
game.
do, you
That
guys
doesn't
know
look-
that you know
It's
the Nolan
nostalgia.
Batman
It's
looks way better with the
nostalgia.
separation. Of
Yes,
the-
he does. But the
does.
thing is that as a game mechanic,
In a
every
movie,
game
yeah.
is like that. There isn't a game where they only move their head.
No, I'm
You
not
need
talking
you
about.
need a third
I'm
I'm
analog.
not talking about the
We're not
mechanics. I'm
to
just saying
that
from
point
the
yet.
looks of it. From the looks of it, it looks better
Oh,
when
he
it's
doesn't.
separated.
He doesn't look like he has a separation, and that's what bothers you.
There is no like you could tell that if he wanted to move his head. he
Okay,
had
but
to
it's
move his
but it's the
shoulder.
look.
And, and the
it's-
second thing is, like, if you look at the movie when they had the two separate pieces, they're not like they look kind of like like padded, like there's protection and stuff.
Yeah, they're
when you look at
tiled
when you
and-
look at the thing, it just looks like a rubbery like substance.
Well,
that you just kind of pull on.
What you need to
It's like-
understand,
it
what you
doesn't
need to
look like it
understand though,
protects
is
him at
that
all.
what you need to understand is that this is not a movie game. This is a Batman game. It doesn't follow the Nolan story, and it doesn't follow the Nolan mechanic.
Makes it more awesome.
Yeah, well, not more awesome.
I
it just makes it.
because
It
I
makes
think
it different. It makes it
I
different.
think it would be better to follow the like for example when they're
No.
showing
No,
scenes
no,
of the
no.
Joker.
No.
The Joker from the Nolan series is way better than the Joker that they showed in the game. He wasn't even that creepy looking.
He's pretty creepy. Either way, the
Why?
the Joker in Arkham City.
He is
and-
like just as crazy.
Yeah, but he looks like a perfect combination of the Heath Ledger Joker, the Jack Nicholson Joker, and the Joker from the original Batman.
But he
series.
doesn't have like the little cuts. It looks like he just has a really
Well,
wide
in,
mouth.
in the
Well,
he
Robert
ne- he
Pattinson
never
had
can't see the-
that.
He never had
was
that
just in the
until
Nolan movies.
until the Dark
see-
Knight.
see,
he never had that.
I didn't know that,
Yeah.
and I
Well,
thought
see,
it
that
looked
you're-
cooler with the cuts.
The thing is
because
that
it gives him like
that's
background
called
or something?
what is that called? Something Smile.
Badass.
Cynical?
That's what it.
No. The cuts. It's
Oh,
called.
the certain name? I forget what it's called.
Oh
too.
my goodness, Chelsea Smile. That's what that's called.
Yeah.
Well, it's the, you're not like a comic book guy or superhero
I'm not.
guy like me and Mikey
Yeah.
are.
So
Yeah.
from somebody who doesn't come from that, I think it looks cooler with the
well,
slashes.
if
in
it was a movie game, then that would be a legitimate point, but it's not. So I mean,
You're
the thing about Batman is the look of Batman has changed and it goes back and forth. So there are different, which is cool because every artist has a different interpretation of Batman.
I don't like the rubbery pull it over your head and shoulders look. I just don't. It
Okay,
looks rubbery and it looks like he's like can't move my head without
That's
my
one
shoulders
thing why
moving.
this game is like why I like it, why it's not like Nolanized.
Have you played
because- I haven't played it,
Oh, okay.
but I'm just
So
saying
how-
because
How would you
he
know
only
if you haven't
uses
played it?
what
How would you know if you haven't
because I
played
know
it?
all the characters that he faces because I read all the reviews and whatever. But
Are you going to get it though?
Yeah,
Okay.
like in Christmas, but now it made me blank. Oh, the villains.
That's not
because
hard to do.
Nolan doesn't use the villains that has powers because he wants to make it more realistic.
Mhm.
But they use that in like the new game. He pretty much has every villain he's ever faced in the comic books in this one. That's why it's one of the better reasons
Yeah.
why it's better than
Like-
the first game.
Well, how many Batman villains actually have powers other than like Poison Ivy?
They have powers, Mr.
What about the
Freeze.
Freezer dude?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I totally forgot about Mr.
Dude,
Dude,
Freeze.
I said Frieza. like I immediately went to Dragon Ball Z. I was like Frieza.
Yeah, I completely forgot about Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze. Yeah,
That's so weird, though, that-
Poison what?
It's so weird though that like Batman has villains that are super villains.
But can you
but
imagine?
he
Can you
doesn't
imagine how
have
out of
powers.
place it would be if he was fighting like guys that had superpowers and he himself doesn't even have superpowers? Like I think it's good that they don't because it kind of
Well,
even
Mr.
themselves out.
Freeze and Poison Ivy both have powers.
Yeah, but I'm saying for the majority, most of
But
the
compared to, like-
villains do not, right?
Yeah, but compared to like
Yeah,
other super
and that's-
villains, they
that's-
don't really have powers. They're more like they're less of super villains and more like an evil superhuman. They're not super. They're not like they don't have. They're in between being human and having superpowers. Kind
They're
of.
like
I don't
the
I don't think the word
peak
super should be
of
even
whatever
in there.
abilities they have, like that a human can have, like that.
Yeah. They're more
like Captain America. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't- he's like he has like
He's like the peak of
physical-
human perfection.
Yeah.
and that
I
type of
suppose.
thing. Yeah, but the thing is that like I've grown to like that type of hero more than the traditional superhero, which is why I hope the new
Which is why I hate Superman,
no well the new Superman movie is going to be good.
dude. I don't,
Dude,
I don't like Superman.
Christopher Nolan's brother, who co-wrote The Dark Knight, wrote the script for
I
Superman.
just
And
don't
Christopher
like
Nolan is
Superman as a
producing it.
character.
And
Christopher
then-
Nolan's producing it.
And then
Okay, that's
Zack
a-
Snyder's directing it, who did
Okay.
Watchmen and 300.
Okay,
Yes.
do you know what producer
Yes.
means? Do you know what the producer is? That's somebody who throws money at the project so it actually gets done.
Yes,
I
he has
understand
no
that.
involvement in the film
Yes, he
whatsoever.
does.
He helped his
Like,
brother write the script.
yes, he does.
And his brother's script writing is like identical to his. So I wouldn't. It's going to be good. And
I just don't like Superman. He has
And
too
plus,
many powers,
Henry
and he's
Cavill-
fucking. You'll never be able to convince me that putting on a pair of glasses is a good form of being
Okay.
incognito.
One.
Never.
Shut up! Okay. What?
I didn't have time to mess with
Your ears bleeding right now.
No, they're not. But like as soon as Mikey, my hand was like right here, and Mikey yelled, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's it, I guess."
Okay, go.
One. You also have to see like the human side to him because you got to see like he's like kind of an immigrant to the U.S. No,
Does he have a
is,
green
'cause-
card?
Yeah, everyone makes fun of that because he is from another
Kryptonite.
planet, so he is coming from like a foreign kind of perspective of humanity, and that's
Okay.
why like some people can relate to him like
Yeah.
immigrants to the U.S. 'cause
Okay.
that's what he's kind of based on. And then also like if you have the right villains to match up to him, like the one in the movie is Zod, who is like he's the same species as Superman, so he has all the same powers as Superman. So
Yeah.
that way it would be a good fight, you know.
Okay.
And
Like
dude,
a match.
Michael Shannon is playing Zod, and
Yeah.
he is a good actor. He's
Okay,
he's
well,
a great actor.
But you, like I'm still the one thing that I'll always get hung up on Superman is that his disguise is a pair of glasses. Like take off your glasses right now and you'll look like a superhero.
dude,
I don't think so.
I-
That
completely
is
different.
the story, though. That's like part of being Superman.
Also, it's not just his glasses. If you look at him, his hair part is on a different side when he
Plus-
changes to Superman.
And like I'm not sure.
Like
if it's,
seriously, like the people of whatever city he's defending. I almost said Gotham. They must be just stupid because
Metropolis?
Yeah,
like if
Metropolis,
they look
dude.
at him and say, "Oh, there's
It's-
Superman,"
it's just
and then they
the
say Bruce
story,
Wayne, and
dude.
you're just like, "Who is that?" That's like the hot girl
plus-
coming to school with instead of having her hair down, it's up in pigtails, and she's wearing glasses, and you don't recognize her. Of course, it's the same person. Like don't
Also-
pretend like you wouldn't be able to recognize
also-
that person.
I'm not sure if this is true, but I read something like he can also like change like the size of his muscle mass when he is Superman. When he's not, like he can make his muscles get bigger when he turns into Superman or whatever.
That's called flexing.
Well, not, you know what I mean?
Daniel,
I'm sorry.
Plus-
the thing is that you have to embrace the story of Superman. It's a simplistic costume, but he was like the first superhero, so they didn't know what they didn't know
True.
they didn't
They
have any-
definitely did not.
they didn't know what to base it on and how in depth the
But-
costume needed to be, or if it I don't know.
That's what I'm trying
It's-
to tell you.
you
Like,
just-
it's
you have to
I
look
just
at-
don't
it's
like
how it
Superman.
was.
I don't like Superman.
Comparing
I just don't.
superheroes is not a good thing to do
I'm
because
not
superheroes
comparing-
exist.
I'm not comparing
Okay,
him to
no,
anyone
I'm
else.
just saying in general, superheroes exist in their own universe, separate from most of the other superheroes universes.
Okay.
So you can't really compare, and a lot of people get hung up on that. But I like Superman.
Okay.
The only thing I probably wouldn't like about it is like Mike was showing me some pictures off whatever website that is. I don't know what that is. Like you go on it all the
Oh,
time.
comicbookmovie.com.
Okay, sure,
Yeah.
whatever.
Why did they name it that?
I don't know.
I wonder what that website's about.
But
Pin Island.
they had pictures of like the new Superman that's coming out.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like was that his suit is like darkened.
Well,
Like, it's almost
was it
It's
the
a
picture
navy-
where it
oh.
was it the picture where he's like leaning over and there's like a big safe looking
Yeah.
thing behind him. That's
I
just
don't
in
know.
bad light. That's just in dark light. You can't really tell.
I just hope
Plus,
so.
they're
How
trying
bright
to
it's gonna
make-
be.
The whole point
modernize
to
it,
that is
too.
like he's supposed to be
Yeah.
all bright colors, like the bright red.
Well, you don't
blue,
want to
and-
make it like
Dude,
flamboyant.
yeah, dude, all I know
Well,
is
no,
the,
I
the
know,
cast
but
in this
it's
movie is
not-
awesome.
Not that color.
Like-
wasn't
Yeah, I
Superman supposed to be like a royal or a sky blue? Not
No.
like a dark.
Dude,
No.
don't even start talking about
Yeah.
blues.
Okay.
But like the cast in this movie, like three of the main actors
I
are
will bring
Russell
it up.
Crowe, Henry Cavill, and Michael Shannon. Those
Russell
guys are
Crowe's only,
Wait, who's Russell Crowe?
he's
Russell
gonna
Crowe,
be his
Jor-El.
dad,
Jor-El.
Oh.
Yeah.
Superman, but he might be only be for like 5 minutes.
Well,
possibly.
He's in it
He
enough
dies.
that like there are a bunch of pictures of him,
Yeah.
but because Marlon Brando played Jor-El in the original Superman.
Oh.
Yeah, he went very into it, but
Yeah.
he didn't. He said that he did that movie only for the money, and that he cared so little about that movie other than making money off of it that like he didn't even memorize his lines because he was like looking down at baby Superman in a diaper, and his lines were written on the diaper. Because his shots, it was like the Tarantino shot was like he was delivering his lines, so like you couldn't see the baby. It was from the baby's perspective. So he just wrote the lines off of a diaper.
Oh my god.
it was that half-assed.
People only do movies for the money. I think it's bad.
Well,
You
the thing
should
is
want
that
to do it.
A
Like, it's
lot
not
of
just you
people
didn't
only do
have
stuff
to.
for the money. I mean,
Um,
like you look at something like acting and it's supposed to be an art form and blah blah blah. But you know,
Yeah.
at some point, you need to pay the bank, and you're willing to do something.
like when
that
Linkin
you're
Park-
not really
Okay, but,
interested
like, me
in.
personally, if I was an actor and I would have to have some type of interest in the movie, not just the money.
Well, when you realize how much they're paying you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like I
It's-
would
it's
stay
a-
down to earth in that.
I would say
aspect.
with any job, eventually you're going to do a project that you don't like.
Yeah.
It's just like schoolwork.
See,
There's
no,
always
okay,
going to be
see, that's
something
why-
you don't
that's
want to
why I
do,
don't
and you
like
just got to
certain
do it.
athletes Either.
I mean,
It gets
dude,
to the point where they're only going to go to the team if they give more money,
Like
and
who?
that's
Like who?
like who? Like A-Rod.
Aroid.
Dude, I don't even watch baseball.
Okay, either way.
Well, I mean,
Dude, you can look at every
Every player that went to the Yankees.
yeah, basically. You can look at any profession, and there's always going to be sellouts. Whether it's
Yeah,
like music or like Linkin Park makes a new song for every Transformers movie. You don't think that's a little bit of selling out?
That's like another reason I love Dirk too.
Yeah.
Like, he
Well,
doesn't
so
care
I
about
knew that you would jump from Linkin Park to Dirk. I don't know how, but I did.
Well, I was still in the money aspect of it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well,
And he only has one endorsement. It's just his shoes.
the Nazis.
No.
Oh, my mistake.
All right. So, what are some other video games that you guys have been playing?
Dude, I
recently?
just got Mikey hooked on Dead Island, I think.
Okay, so,
I
but
jump
so,
every time I kill a zombie.
You jump every
So-
time a zombie scares the
so
shit
you-
out of
you-
you.
That was funny.
Um,
But
Every time.
so st- oh god. Okay, starting last week. It was last week, correct? You
Yeah.
got Dead Island. Okay,
Correct.
so tell us what your opinion of the game is, how long you've been playing
Okay,
it.
I've never played a zombie game before, so I didn't know what to expect going into it. I was expecting a pretty mediocre plot and mediocre characters and just beating the crap out of people, but they're actually, what I'm most impressed with is the size of the map and how the entire map is like linked with, there's no lag. The entire map is all, it's all fluid. You can go from one place to another, and it's not like games like I'm trying to think of a good example.
Are you thinking zombie games specifically?
No,
or-
just games with large maps and backdrops.
Oblivion.
Well, I never played Oblivion, but there's certain games.
Why do you have it?
It's Danish.
mine.
It's Danish.
That's-
Games where you can see a building in the distance, but no matter how long you walk in that direction, you're never going to be able to get to it because it's just in the
Oh,
distance.
yeah.
With Dead Island, if you see anything in the distance, you can get to it, and that's how it is. Like, there's,
So what happens when you get to the edge of the map? Is it just ocean?
You're-
Because
you're on
an
a- you're-
island.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
you're
dude,
on
that's
an island. It's a
an easy
it's
like,
a gigantic island.
That's
though.
an easy way to get away with stuff like that.
What do you
though.
mean? That's
You just put
just like if you're on a
it's
if you're
like
on a
instead of putting endless mountains or endless skyscrapers, you just put endless water.
yeah. Well, endless water is actually a thing. It's like how do you get to Europe?
see your
How
point.
do you get from Europe to here?
I see your point. I see your point.
See, that's an actual barrier. It's not like games like Smuggler's Run, which was like a PS2 driving game, where you got to the edge of the map and there was just a mountain that was steep enough. Like the entire map was a square, like a perfect square, stuck in mountain ridges that you just couldn't drive up. Even though there's steeper mountains you can drive up, it's just cheap things like that. And like old GTA games, you'd see a building in the distance and you couldn't drive to it. It was just always in the distance.
Yeah.
So I like the map a lot. And
All right, so what else do you like about it?
the way the weapons work is cool. The weapon progression. I can't talk.
Progression.
A complaint is how long it takes to go up a level. You get one skill point, but there's so many things to use skill points on.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. Like I was
That-
watching you play a little bit, and it seemed like there's like a tree system. You have to unlock this to get the next couple
Yeah,
of things.
you only have to
and it
unlock
seems-
one. You only have to unlock one thing on each level to get the next level. You don't have to like unlock all three to
So,
go to the next one. But
it's the kind of game that forces you to choose your upgrades instead of just giving you enough points. Where at the
but
end of
unless
the game, you're
thing
invincible.
but the thing is that it takes so long to do, and it doesn't really explain it very well how upgrades work and what they actually do, and you can't really see a whole lot of difference when you upgrade. Sometimes I'm
So-
not that far through, but I'm afraid I'm going to get to the game, and then as soon as I use my last skill point, I'm going to be able to look back and see that there are much more effective paths I could have chosen with
Yeah.
my skill points. It's such a long game that I'm probably not going to want to do it again.
So
I'd rather do it right the
how-
first time.
How many hours have you played? Do you think?
Probably 10 to 15.
And how far are you through the game? Because it keeps like your main plot.
played half.
Like 'cause you
Yeah.
can do side missions all day, but it
Yeah.
keeps like a track
And
of like
some,
the
but
main plot.
some of the side missions, like you'll start a main mission and a like 3 side missions are branched off of that. Like I'm doing,
That's what I'm gonna do.
yeah, I'm doing a main mission right now where I had to do a side mission as part to get to a next step in the main mission, and on that side mission I had to do another side mission to finish that side mission. It's fairly realistic in that way, where like in real life, not everything
Things
is
will
that
happen.
linear, and
Right.
things happen, and like you have to go do something for someone else, and then in the middle of that you have to go do something for someone else. Everybody wants something.
yeah.
It's not just like linear, like, oh, you did that, here you go. Another complaint I have is the way currency works. I don't really understand like why money is
Me
still
neither.
important if you're stuck on an island. But I guess there has
Yeah.
to be some. I mean, there has to be some necessary way to trade without just being able to take
I'd say like,
things
here,
and
give me
Bottle
this
caps.
weapon and I'll give you this.
like New Vegas
Use
with
the,
bottle
use the
caps.
fallout system.
Yeah. Overall,
terrible.
Oh, but okay. So I'm 10 to 15 hours through, and to put it in perspective, I had about 25 hours of game time to beat Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and that's like almost 100%ing it, like doing as many side missions as I could, and that took 25 hours. And I'm 10 to 15 hours through Dead Island, and I'm only 18% of the way through the main plot. Like, but I knew that going in.
I like games like that.
Yeah, in the reviews, I heard that the plot was like the main was really long, and they mix up the people you face pretty well. It's not like other
Yeah.
games where they're like where I don't know. It's like in the military, there's the front line where there's a crap load, and then the specialized division where there's less people but they're better, and then like a tank. In this, you can walk into somewhere and there's one weak guy and 3 thugs and like
3 tanks, basically.
yeah, 3 tanks. Like there's 1 infantry guy and 3 tanks. So it's more realistic that way, I assume, in a zombie apocalypse.
I suppose.
But, overall, yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's
Like,
it's addicting.
I like it.
One thing that just watching it kind of would I mean, I haven't played it. Maybe if I did, I'd like it more. But one thing, just
I like
watching
it.
you play it, it seems like the combat would get boring after a while. Seeing how
No.
even though you're fighting different skilled enemies,
No.
your attacks don't differ any less. There's the swing,
But he gets
the
scared every
swing,
time.
the swing, the kick,
You
the
get
swing.
scared.
Like there's no, I mean,
thing
you
is-
can throw like there's basically 3 attacks. So you can throw an object, you can slash a dude with an object, or you can kick him, and that's
Well,
it.
in
What are
the
you?
real
What, I
zombie
mean, what are you looking
apocalypse-
for? Like a
what
falcon punch? Or
I
what?
don't know. I mean, it just seems
It's
really,
like
really.
if you're
maybe
if
that's
you're a
just-
human and you have like an
That's
improvised
how you
melee
do
weapon with no
attacks.
training, how many different moves are you going to be able to do?
I don't
How many
know.
how many combo
You like-
attacks are
Okay,
you going to
okay.
have?
First of all, maybe that's just the nature of a zombie game, and maybe that's the nature of the realistic
Yeah.
aspect
That's
of the
realistic.
world.
That's what you would
But
do in
I
a
just
zombie
finished. I'm
apocalypse.
almost through I'm about a third of the way through the God of War series,
Yeah, see-
and I have more combos than you have weapons. So it's
Well,
just like
yeah, I understand
I can be
that.
like witching,
Yeah.
and you're just like
Different
good,
game too.
good,
Like it's not.
good.
You're also playing with a Spartan who's ascended to the
Yeah, you're a regular
Okay,
dude
okay.
in this.
Roman gods, but
It just seemed a little bit
One of my complaints,
restrained as far as the con.
I don't know, it's more realistic. The way zombie games work, from everything I've seen, I mean, this is the only one I've played, but I've watched gameplay from others, is that it's not like games like God of War where it's based in combos and based on
Yeah,
the skill of
I
the
don't like
person,
those games,
the
those
skill of the
combos.
character. It's more based on the proficiency of the weapon.
Yeah, I was about
Which
to
is
say.
like games like Left 4 Dead, which are a lot more cartoonish and corny. You can have a lawnmower on
Yeah.
the end of a stick and just
Oblivion,
that's actually a real thing. What were you gonna say,
I
Mikey?
think what is it, Dead Island, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot like it's like the zombie version of Oblivion, because Oblivion's pretty much like Dead Island, but with goblins. in it.
but shittier.
Yeah.
But
I
also-
watched him play. I would not want to play
Okay,
Oblivion
dude,
ever. I might want to play
Oblivion's
Dead
so
Island.
good. Like that's my favorite game.
See,
The
I've
graphics
never,
are so
I've never heard any,
shitty.
I've never heard any neutral opinions of Oblivion.
It's
Like,
either bad or, like-
listening to you guys and listening to other podcasts and other people talk. I've never heard anyone saying, Oblivion was all right. It's either God, that game was so terrible, or I loved every second of it and I 100%ed that game.
I did, dude.
It's the same, like Oblivion. Oblivion. The same reason I don't like Half-Life. I shouldn't have to take an
played that.
hour to get through the tutorial. It shouldn't take me
Because
that
it's
long.
so advanced that you just
So
too
advanced.
stupid to-
Beating rats with a stick doesn't take me an hour to master.
I haven't played
other
that,
things.
but I would hate that too.
Like I'm not kidding. It's
Like, why
40.
Would you take
it's
forever just to get to the tutorial, and then the first thing you do, you don't even do half the stuff you just learned.
Like, well, no, it's
Oh,
not
yeah,
that you
you
don't do
use-
it. It's just that the first 45 minutes of Oblivion, you have a club and you're beating rats
No,
in a
you,
sewer,
they give
and
you
that's
axes
it.
and swords and bows and arrows.
Not in the
Don't even
first,
lie.
not in the first
Yes.
level. They give you. They give
I had
you,
all of those weapons in the first.
They
What
give
are
you
you talking
a
about?
club and you beat rats for
No.
45 minutes.
Did you ever consider that maybe you were playing
and the
Oblivion
sewer,
wrong?
The
Yeah.
the sewer never
What are you
ends.
talking
It's like
about?
I've been here for 30 minutes and there's still 15 minutes of
Okay,
sewer left. And
One,
I'm just like,
the first
fuck.
fight scene, you don't really do anything because you don't have any weapons. But one of the guards dies like every time because like that's part of the thing. And she has like 2 swords and like a shield, and then further on you find like dead bones and stuff, and you get like bow and arrows and
Yeah.
axes, and I don't know what
Well,
you did.
another thing that,
Apparently you missed it.
okay, another thing that bothered me about Oblivion is that when it comes to games that have side missions or side plot, it shouldn't be mandatory. And I'm not saying that I
It's
don't
not
like side
mandatory.
plots because I do love side plots. I think they give games a lot of longevity. But the one thing about Oblivion is
Okay,
that
the more time you do that isn't gonna do anything like he.
Still, man.
the thing I didn't like about Oblivion is that I didn't want to do the side plot at first because I didn't know
The thing I
where
didn't
to
like
start.
about Oblivion is that I didn't want to play Oblivion.
No.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm hearing right now.
No. It's I didn't.
Side plot's
I didn't.
not mandatory at all.
I didn't know where it's not. But I'll get to that in a second. But I didn't know where to start as far as the side plot goes. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just do the main mission. So I went from beating a rats in the cave, which is the tutorial level. I went to the first level, or level 2, however they named it. I went to the first level, died instantly because my person was not high enough. Like his level was so
Should've
bad
smoked
that I
another
died
bullet.
instantly.
Difficulty bar.
It was on. I always play games on the easiest level just to get through them the first time.
You should, because like every
I'm
time I put on
positive.
the easy
Like-
level, I
like-
killed everyone in one hit.
I got up to
That's
the
just
dude
me.
and he throws a fireball at me and I'm toast. And so I'm thinking, okay,
don't think you
I
did the
can't do the
difficulty
side
right
plot
then.
because my level is so bad, so it's forcing me to do bonus
what kind of
content
character
just to
did you
get my
choose?
level high enough. Like that, I don't like that at all. That's
Maybe this is how
Maybe you
the-
should
the
watch
difference
me
is.
play it, and
Someone
then I'll
actually does
show
it
you.
right, and then someone else is not. doing
Yeah,
it
dude,
right.
Okay,
So
I don't know,
whatever.
maybe you
so
played it
then
wrong.
I
They
played-
hate it, and the other people are like, dude,
Maybe you
what are
should just
talking about?
watch me play it, and then I'll show you how.
no,
it's really
okay. The
done.
reason I bought it is because I saw somebody
saw.
playing it.
And it was
In our drum
awesome.
room, and I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool. I'll try it out." So I went and got it, played it. I was like, "This is so shitty. Why did I buy this?"
You suck.
I hate this 'cause I
Did you finish
suck.
BioShock? I know that you have a list of games you're trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
finish.
I
I
started
wanna play-
up.
I haven't played
I
that
started up Bioshock again because it was on my list of games to finish, and I've had it on the shelf for a long time. And the more I played it, the more I realized why I quit it the first time. It's just
Yeah.
it's not very immersive, and the way that you go through the plot is very annoying because it doesn't. Like it's like here's a door that you need to get through, and then the second you get to the door closes and it's like go over there to get the key. So you go over there to get the key, and you get the key, and you come
Zombies
back.
pop out.
You open up the door, and you go through, and there's the other door you're supposed to get to, and then boom, it closes again. Go over there to get the key.
Go to
it's
the
just
thing to melt the ice.
It taunts you like the whole time, and it's annoying. And another thing I don't like is anytime you play a game. And maybe this is the case with Dead Island, but like when you go into a room and there's enemies, you kill all of them. You clear out the whole room. You go away. You come back to the same room. You expect them to all still be dead.
Nope.
No, Dead
But
Island's the other. Chuck Testa.
Nope, Chuck Testa. In this game, they all respawn. And like the
That's
dead bodies
dumb.
aren't on the floor
Oh,
anymore.
yeah,
They
yeah,
just
I
come
saw
back to
that.
life. It's just like I cleared this room out
No,
5
in
minutes
De-
ago, and that door closed, so I had to go over here to get the key, and I come back, and the enemies are alive
Dead
again.
Island-
Why the
we
fuck
did
do I have
Dead
to kill
I-
them
in-
again?
in Dead
Because
Island-
we didn't double tap.
Double tap, dude. No,
What?
Zombie
no.
Man.
In Dead Island, if you leave an area and like come back hours later, all those dead bodies will still be there. They'll be more rotted, but I mean there'll be more bodies probably eating them. There are always more zombies.
And see that kind of makes sense. I get that because
Yeah.
of the atmosphere of the zombie games. But like the
It's
way
not-
the
yeah,
way
I
that
know
it
what
works
you
in
mean,
Bioshock does not make any sense, and it's
That's
just
like-
straight up annoying.
Like you walk into a room, the door closes, you walk back out of the room, there were 7 people there that weren't there 3 seconds ago when you were there.
That's exactly how it feels, and it's just really really annoying. Not to mention there's like the like a pick lock. It's not really a pick lock, but like that's the thing like I think of. Like we have to do like a mini game. To
yeah,
break
it's
through.
like a tubes
Yeah,
game.
it's like the hacking. That's what I was gonna say. It reminds me of Mass Effect, the hacking thing.
Yeah.
But when you
Yeah.
hack in Mass Effect 2, there's like maybe 3 things that you do,
Yeah.
like matching or doing the little thing with the grid that
Right.
scrolls by.
Yeah.
In Bioshock, it's the same thing. You're a plumber. You're fucking Mario busting through a safe. Like so,
How did
it's
you
the
know that?
same. What?
What?
Like the mini game to like pick a lock
Right.
or to hack something. It's the same mini game all the time. So it just gets
It's not-
really
it's
annoying.
not even a hard
yeah,
mini game.
It's just annoying, is what it is. It's just kind of like there's no variety. Like the puzzle's not really that difficult. It's either like the thing moves like the time limit's so short that it's like impossible to finish. So
It
you're
seems
just like
like
scrambling to
everything
finish it,
in-
or it's just way too easy and it's boring.
Everything in Bioshock look like all of the graphics look really pillowed and like round and cartoonish.
Yeah, like it's
and
definitely
fluffy.
stylized, and the game is obviously good. I mean, it has good ratings, but there's just little things that turn me off to it. That I'm not going to say it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to
See-
say that, but I don't like it.
Nothing
that
turns me off of a game faster than the graphics, and I hate pillowed.
much. Oblivion.
I don't like. I hate
So
I hate
awesome.
pillowed cartoony graphics in a game that I don't want to be cartoony. Like,
Like
if I'm
Fable,
playing,
for example?
like if I never played Fable,
well,
but
Fable
like,
has really
That is-
cartoon like.
That is
yeah,
cartoon.
because like if I was gonna, I've never played Fable, but looking at it, it looks similar to like Final Fantasy type.
It's definitely
no.
more cartoony than Final.
Well, that's what I'm
Final
saying because
Fantasy
like
got
I
better
played,
storyline.
yeah, I played like the first 7 Final Fantasy games for like PS1 and stuff like
I
that.
only played 12.
Final Fantasy 26.
But and those are pretty cool, but the graphics are really intense. I don't know. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we will come back to you.
Yeah. And we're back. I had some Freezy Pops during the break. They were yummy.
What's your favorite flavor of Freezy Pop?
No, that's completely weird.
Two.
Blue?
That's the.
Yeah,
Blue's my
I don't know.
favorite.
Yeah, I don't know what flavor blue is though in Freezy Pop.
Blueberry.
Definitely not blue. I'd probably have to say
Boysenberry.
it's a tie
Boysenberry.
between
It's
the
probably raspberry.
orange,
No, Blurberry,
the
that's what it was.
purple, and the
Blurberry.
what?
What's that from?
Kids Next Door.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I love that show.
dude. I love that show specifically for the gadgets in the treehouse.
I know, dude.
Like I wanted to make those so bad, but I
Me
never
too.
could
That would've been so
because they defied like
You
the
ever
laws
seen
of
that show?
physics.
What is it called?
Codename Kids Next Door.
Kids Next Door. Like number 1, number 2.
Oh no
Dude,
no.
Number one was so awesome.
Dude, he was.
No, I thought you were
I like
talking.
number
I thought
four,
you were talking about
because of his
like
accents.
Yeah.
the club like kids clubhouse, and it was like a Muppety type show with like
What?
puppets and things.
No.
But no, definitely not that. It was before that.
These guys
But I
had,
know
like,
it was on
guns
Cartoon
and shot
Network.
adults.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
but I never watched it.
It was awesome.
it was awesome.
And they always did like spoofs of like other like they did a Star Wars episode, Indiana Jones.
They did an episode where each of the kids were like in a different dimension type of thing, and which one was the blonde haired kid? That was number 4.
Yeah.
Number 4 was like in a Dragon Ball Z, realm, but they like
I
zoomed out
remember
to
that.
show his body, and his body's like this big, and his hair is still
Nice.
off. His hair still
So
goes
funny.
off the screen. Like, he's obviously standing on a cliff like normal, and they do all of like the stereotypical Dragon Ball Z shots. And there's like that group of there's like the kids next door. And then there's the group of the rich kids that like
Oh,
always stay in that
friendly
one
kids from
clump.
down the lane.
Yeah, them, but they always like walk around in a group. So it turned them into Frieza. It was like Frieza had like 7 heads, and it was like the head. Each head was one of them. And then number 4 was Goku. But he kept yelling, and by the end of it, his body was that big, and his hair was still off the screen. It was so funny.
Yeah, his hair just got bigger.
But speaking of Dragon Ball Z, I just finished watching Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
This weekend, and
a little behind the times.
yeah.
But I remember watching that live, like having to wait a week to see what would happen. That was stressful.
Yeah. But another show I started watching again from my childhood.
Pokemon?
No, I started that a long time ago. I started
Oh.
that like last year, which I made it through
Season 1?
the first like generation until
Yeah.
they switch girls. Like
Oh, I never-
that's where like it's like seasons 1 through 6, and they switch characters and
Really?
like started like a
I
new
never
series.
made it that far.
Yeah.
I only recognize the first 2 generations of Pokemon.
I
After
remember
that,
the
that
first
doesn't even
generation
count.
'cause I don't like change.
But yeah, but I started watching Jackie Chan Adventures again.
I hate that show.
Such a good show.
Sorry,
it's a
Mike.
good show. I like
I
that.
just- I
it
never
was
liked
funny.
it.
It was funny because like a lot of the characters from Jackie Chan Adventures are like you know they're Asian characters, but they also played roles. They also played roles in Avatar: Last Airbender, and I was like, that's Monk Gyatso, and he's the uncle in Jackie Chan Adventures, and
He
like
was?
yeah, he
I
is.
did not know that.
And the secret agent guy.
Oh, sorry.
I yeah. One more thing. But yeah, like in Avatar, I was telling John this the other day. In Avatar: Last Airbender, they had the evil guy, who's like the head of the Dai Li. He's like
Oh,
he's basically
Long
the
Fang.
Long Fang. He's basically the head of the evil organization. That guy plays the character in Jackie Chan Adventures, who is the head of the good like organization. So he's basically playing like the head of the secret agents, but in one show he's evil and one show he's good. And he also does the voice of
Mr.
Mr.
Krabs.
Krabs from SpongeBob. What? So if you ever like watch like
That's funny.
if you ever see Long Fang from like Avatar, or I think his name is like Agent Black, but he's a white guy with red hair from Jackie Chan Adventures.
Agent Ginger was
Yeah.
already taken.
Yeah, he's the voice of
It was
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, Agent Ginger was given to a black guy.
Zuko in Avatar, he's Rufio in Hook.
Yeah, dude.
Rufio.
He's never seen Hook.
What is Hook?
Oh,
It's
like
a movie where Peter Pan is growing up, and he
Is it
goes
real? Is it
back-
live action?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good movie,
Where
and
Robin Williams plays
Dustin
Peter Pan.
Hoffman, who's like one of my favorite.
Does he have a burnt eye right here?
No, Dustin Hoffman is like one of my favorite actors. Plays Hook. He's good as Hook. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
What else is? I was looking at what else that actor was in, but
he plays like the voice. Did you ever watch like Jake Long, American Dragon?
oh yeah, he did the
He
voice
does
of
that
Jake
voice.
Long.
I want to say he's in something else too. but I just can't remember.
Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
No, I was talking about
Sid Hoffman or Sid
Oh.
Frenchman? Do you not remember
Oh, yeah.
that one?
I have no idea what you're referencing.
It's like that's from Homestar Runner. He's talking to Marge Pan. He's like, "All right, Marge Pan, try to guess which one I'm gonna say next: Sid Hoffman or Sid Frenchman." And she's like, "Homestar, I don't want to play this game." He's like, "Oh, come on!" And so she's like, "All right, I'll pick Sid Hoffman." And he's like, "Sid Frenchman, you lose again." It's like that wasn't even one of the choices. He's like, "What?" So stupid. I'll put that in the link down. It doesn't make much sense when I say it, but it's
Doesn't at
funny when
all.
you watch it. Sid Hoffman.
That's the strangest reference we've ever made on this.
I don't know.
No, it definitely is.
I don't remember the other references we've made.
Another thing, going back to Halloween from before, another thing they were doing on Reddit is people were posting pictures of their costumes, which were usually really good, but talking about how no one got what they were. Like, there was one guy that dressed up as Bane from Batman, and he said it was like, "This is my Bane
Who's
costume."
Bane?
Oh my gosh.
See, I'm one of those people.
Okay,
that
no,
didn't get it.
but he just kept saying
Mikey, slap
people thought he kept saying stuff like
Jackie.
people thought I was a professional wrestler, and there was a guy that was dressed as Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat, and he said people kept asking him if he was a Power Ranger. People thought it was like a Power Ranger, and
Well, they look similar.
not really. I don't know. Those are the only two I remember. Is that, but like the guy was clearly Bane, and people kept asking him if he was a Mexican wrestler.
Well, he does wear a luchador mask, but still.
Kind of. It's not even a luchador mask. It just looks like a
Yeah.
luchador mask, sort of. But
It's not a luchador
But
mask.
still.
It just looks like one.
yeah.
What else could it be? Like it's not like this is a Quebec wrestling mask, not a Mexican wrestling
Do you
mask.
even know where Quebec is?
Oh my gosh.
What's the capital of Quebec?
Quebec City.
Montreal.
Wait, is Quebec not in Latin America? No, it's not.
Quebec is in
Canada!
No, I was thinking of Ecuador. I was thinking of Ecuador and Colombia, and I came out with Quebec. I
What's
had no
the
idea.
capital of?
I was thinking of Ecuador as well.
Where's
capital
Where's
of
Manitoba?
Oh, what?
Where's Manitoba?
Dude, don't ask me about Canada.
What's the capital of Manitoba?
Manitoba?
Winnipeg. Winnipeg, who just got
Don't
a.
ask me about Canada.
Speaking of Canada, Canada just got another NHL hockey team.
Okay, what?
Another one?
Hold on. Say
Yeah.
that. Hold on.
Stop. You're just filling podcast with useless sound.
Okay, what did you say?
When the city of Winnipeg, Manitoba, just got an NHL hockey team.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
you told me about that.
The
already.
Winnipeg Jets used to be last year. They were the Atlanta Thrashers. They relocated. Yeah. Their
Just take
logo.
somebody and shake them.
Their logo was like the Tasmanian devil swirl thing, but there were like hockey sticks sticking out of the side. It was really lame. But so, man, I was about to name all of the Canadian NHL hockey teams, but nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah.
But I know them. You want to know something that I find aggravating?
What?
This guy.
I cannot follow the NFL this year.
Why?
At all. Because it's like usually you know who's
Why
going
are
to
the
be
Bills
who.
good? Why are they good?
The same reason that the Rams lose 6 straight games and then the Cowboys beat
Beat the
them.
Saints.
The Cowboys beat them 34-7, and then the Cowboys lose to the Eagles 34-7, and then the Rams beat the Saints 31-21. Anyone can beat anyone, and like everyone has such, other than like 3 teams, maybe everyone has a pretty mediocre
Well,
record.
okay,
Most
what-
seasons,
from, like-
5-2 is not elite, but right now 5-2 is like an elite record
Right now,
to
but
have.
wouldn't that make like it better though?
No,
Like,
I'm
not-
just
not-
I'm
not-
just saying I'm
not
aggravated
one
because
team is like
I'm-
the team.
the
Like,
thing is that,
everyone-
well, actually, right now Green Bay is the team.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
They,
okay,
they haven't
sure,
lost.
yes. But like,
No other team has even
I don't
one
like Green
loss.
Bay.
like basically more everyone's more even is what I'm trying to say.
I guess, but the thing is that it's like I have to pay attention to everyone to know what's going on because like the Bengals are 5-2. They have the same record as the Bills, who are also good, who have the same record as the Patriots.
How are the Bills good?
Who knows, dude? Ryan Fitzpatrick is
just
actually a
their
pretty
year
good
this year.
quarterback.
Uh,
The 49ers are probably playing better than anyone. Like the 49ers, if like the season ended now and they had to pick 2
Did the
teams
Cowboys
for
beat
the
the
Super Bowl,
49ers?
yeah, that's their only loss. Okay, they're the only one loss team. If like the season ended right now and the 2 teams from each conference with the best record played in the Super Bowl, it would be Packers 49ers. And dude, honestly, like if I had to pick teams for the Super Bowl, that's who I would pick. Because like the AFC Championship would either be like Patriots 49ers, Steelers 49ers, or Bills 49ers. And it might be Bills 49ers. Both of those teams started last year 1-6. And right now they're 5-2 and
I don't
6-1. That's what I'm saying. Like
That's
I don't
so
understand.
bizarre.
I don't understand the way the
That's
NFL
why,
is
that's
going.
why I
on.
like college football so much better. You know who the good teams are. You know who the good conferences
even
are.
if you don't know who's better than who, they give you a nice, neat little ranking telling you who's better than
yeah, exactly.
who. I don't know if Wisconsin is better than Nebraska. Well, actually, Wisconsin is better than Nebraska.
Not
well,
anymore.
that's settled. No, well, I'm just those 2
Yeah.
first teams I thought of. I don't even like bacon.
Me neither.
What?
I don't like bacon either.
Bacon's so
Dude,
good when
just
it's crispy.
hold on. Here, just think of it this way: why eat bacon when you could eat sausage? Why eat
I don't like
sausage when you could eat
sausage.
turkey sausage?
I don't like sausage.
You just keep going from there.
Why eat turkey sausage?
Why eat anything when you could just have chicken? Like,
No, I like turkey is like chicken's bitchin' older brother.
dude, do you want to try some of those turkey burgers? Those,
Right now
like,
on the podcast?
the Genio turkey
Raw?
burger. Like
Yes.
I saw
Oh, yeah,
commercials
yeah,
for
yeah,
those.
I
I
do.
saw
I
commercials
totally
for
do.
those. And
Like
I don't
if
know,
I
might
dude,
wanna
if I
try
could
them.
replace all red meat with turkey, I would do that.
If I could have a grill, I'd actually cook a burger.
You say that, you look at me and say that with those eyes, as if my parents are not buying us a grill fast enough.
I'm sorry, dude. I just really want some hot dogs.
Then buy a
What happened to
grill.
your George Foreman?
It's not as
It's
good as
his
a real
George
grill.
Foreman. Dude, I tried microwave burritos, much better than I anticipated them being.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're really good if
well,
you
it
want
also
some.
depends on the brand, though.
They're really good if you want to eat something quick and you want like your intestines to be 100% clean in less than 2 hours.
Just filter everything.
Yeah, dude, it's like
Oh.
burrito in, burrito out,
Speaking of that, I saw a video of this guy
pooping out a burrito.
No, he was on the toilet,
Pooping out a burrito.
He's on the toilet, and his roommate has like a taser. I don't know where he got a taser from, but he
Tasers are
opens
us.
the door. He opens the door real fast, and he tases the guy as he's on the pot. And the guy is like, ugh! And then he just loses it. And he's like, like
That's what happens.
And he's like, oh god, like he just like has
You lose
diarrhea.
control of bodily function when you get
Wait,
tased.
was this video one of the ones after you were searching through those other videos on YouTube?
Possibly.
That's like the only way I can see you, unless you're actually certain, like, getting tased while on the pot.
No. It was definitely a related video.
Yeah.
So
I have a story about pooping. Okay. I have a story about pooping. And so my friend's friend had what looked like Dano, pay attention. Dano, pay attention. Dano, pay attention. My friend's friend had what looked like a white hair coming out of his nip, but it hurt when he touched it, so he thought it was ingrown. But he couldn't pull it out because it hurt too much. So he went to my friend and was like, hey, man, just grab this and pull it out. It hurts, so I can't do it, but it's ingrown. So the guy, so his friend's like, okay. So he grabs it and just yanks it out, and he pulls it out, and it's like 1.5 feet long.
What?
It was a nerve. He pulled a nerve out of his nipple. It hurt so bad, the dude passed out and shit his pants.
Oh my god!
Like your nip is a sensitive area already, but he literally pulled a nerve out of his nip.
Why is the nerve even coming out of his body?
I don't know. It was just barely sticking out, but enough that it hurt whenever anything touched it.
What was it? One quick
my
yank, or was it
God.
just kind of gradual?
No, it was one quick yank, but it had to have been a good yank because that thing was long. But he said it hurt so bad that the dude screamed, passed out, and shit. In that order.
Oh my gosh.
Man, like I can't even imagine something hurting that much.
Wow.
Me neither, dude.
Yeah.
That just sounds.
He's covering up over there.
He's like,
That
okay.
is don't touch my.
Oh man, well,
All right, well we better wrap this thing up with that last story. Put a nice little ribbon on it.
with the nerve, tied the ribbon with the nerve.
Dude, come on. And then we'll play jump rope with intestines. We dissected a rat in 9th grade. Quick story. We dissected rats in 9th grade. We pulled out the rat's intestines and played jump rope with them. I did, yeah. And then I took me and Mike were in the same class, yeah. And then I took a razor blade and like barely stuck it in the rat's neck, but I couldn't get it any further, so I just put my science book on top of it and went BAM! And then I put it on the end of a pencil. I just put it in this girl's face. And she screamed.
I was saying,
But I'm like deathly scared of dead animals, so it was a little retribution. Dude, I am like paralyzingly scared of dead
I didn't
animals.
remember that. I just remember us
That's
skinned,
funny.
like the whole body, like in the tail
Yeah.
and stuff. And, like,
All right, well,
You guys
with
did
those,
rats? I did a shark.
what?
I did a shark.
well, we did. One of them was pregnant. I remember that. There were babies inside of it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, well, we really need to wrap
Yeah.
this thing
All
up.
right.
Well, we'll be with you guys next week.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Next week, maybe.
No, we will. We will.
All right. See ya.
So, see you.
Bye.